Start me?
Yes.
It's running right now, huh?
Yes.
Oh, how about that?
Bakadeska.
All right. All right. Good afternoon. It's another CIA report. Been away for a while. Been thinking. And I'm going to do a couple of things that may offend some people or may not. But for instance, I'm going to do a play on words here about, the fact of the matter is that we just had a thing with Reed where he mentioned Negro and light skinned and all that. He didn't get bounced, and and Trent Lott bounced. Makes me think that Republicans are against free speech because obviously liberals let people say anything they want as long as they're liberals. So I've come to a conclusion when it comes to African Americans. I'm a frickin' American too. Everybody's a frickin' American. We're all frickin' Americans. So that makes us all equal. So now that I'm a frickin' American, we can get on with the CIA report. Yeah, jeez. That's silliness. Okay. When I look at what Obama says, stuff like, well, we've got jobs that, we've saved, saved jobs and created. Yeah, the only jobs that are saved or created are government jobs. He doesn't care about entrepreneurial jobs or your job unless you're in the government. Big government. He wants to create more government jobs. Big government jobs. So that he can, turn the people that are entrepreneurial into his little slaves to pay the government jobs. Because they don't earn nothing. And they're not worth having, these bureaucratic jobs. These are people that are too lazy to get into the free market system. So the only jobs he's talking about being created or saved are government jobs. He's not even thinking about your job. Get that straight. All right? All right, now we've talked about what the created and saved means, and that's only in government jobs. We've talked about equality, which we're all equal. And as far as I'm concerned, when I think about what's going on right now with this bill and the vote in Massachusetts and everything, all I can do is pray to that higher power that, Mr. Brown wins. Because we'll be in, if he doesn't, or, and this bill passes, this medical bill passes, this is a horrendous joke. It's unconstitutional, horrendous joke. I've been talking about that for months now. A lot of people are starting to see this to be true. So, what can I say? There's not much more for me to point out because everybody else is starting to see the same truth now. I don't really have to point it out. I mean, these guys are crooks. They're Chicago crooks. They're socialists. They're communists. They're pigs. And the fact of the matter is the only jobs they're thinking about is union, and they're thinking about government, and that's it. Just grow that government bigger and bigger so that you can't afford to support it. And believe me, these bureaucrats don't deserve the money. They're just creating government jobs to give people jobs so that they can get socialism going. The bigger the government, and then these people, the more people you give a government job, the more they're not going to want to lose it or have to go and pound the streets for a real job. One where they might have to work. Oh, heaven forbid. Not when they can steal from you, the hard-working American entrepreneur. Hell no. These guys are crooks. Socialists are crooks. It's a system that cannot sustain itself. It never could. It never will. And let me tell you what's going to happen in the end. In the end, if they were to win this country and turn it socialist, and then they got a global socialism, you know what's going to happen in the end? It's going to be a failing system, global failing system, because they'll destroy the middle class around the world. And nobody's going to want to work unless they got a government job that can't pay for itself, because all they're doing is they're going to steal the industry, the entrepreneurial jobs to make money with, but it won't be the same that the entrepreneur could make. So you're going to get a bunch of little tyrants globally around the world, socialist tyrants. They're going to say equal, fair, you know, give me some of yours, you'll give me some of. No, it ain't going to work that way. Because when one little guy can't get what he wants, he's going to go to war. And all of a sudden, you're going to have all these little tyrants fighting amongst each other, just like they're doing in the Congress right now over this bill. But they're going to be doing it with bombs. You see, because without free market capitalism being the reigning supreme thing, if you're going to go global, you have to go global with a constitution, American constitutional government, one that's following the Constitution of the United States. Then you can go global. You can have a global system of capitalism that would far outdo any socialist tyrant system. But that's what the tyrants want. That's what these small percentage of very rich guys, you know, social elitist guys, kings, tyrants, you know, totalitarian pigs want. And so many Democrats that have followed the progressive movement through their propaganda have fallen prey to in their dumbed down stupidity. Their bakasan, stupidity. Baka meaning idiot. Okay, that's my report for today. And here's your freaking American, because I'm a freaking American. A freaking American. I'm a freaking American, and freaking too. I'm a freaking American and a freaking American saying, have a nice, blessed day. And I love you, my brothers.